Okay, welcome guys to Modeling Marathon with me, Coach Inno. Today I'll go through the video on the assignment that we're doing. Assignment logbook 1. So please don't share this video with people that are not members of this group, and just use it for yourself. Don't give any. Okay. I'll give you more information that maybe we didn't even cover when we're doing the live video. So this is a short video, just a summary of what we did. However, I might cover more than what I didn't cover in the main lessons. Okay. Let me just share the screen. Okay. So we have got our dashboard. The first thing is you create your dashboard. You open your Excel sheet. Then the first sheet you name it dashboard. So you come here and just double click and name it dashboard. Then on the input, then you have got your output there. You write your input, then you highlight your BCD, you highlight from BCD, then you merge and center, then you go on board, then you put the color that you want. Same applies to output. You write output, then you highlight JKL, and you merge and center, then you make it bold, and then you put the color that you want. Color in modeling is very important to beautify your work. Okay. So a dashboard is a mirror of your model. So a dashboard shows both the input that you used and the output, the result. The output is the result or the report of what you have done. Okay. So this is an output, a summary report, what the model could generate. And the input is the data that you use in the data that you are given in the question. So the transaction ID is found in the appendix. When you read your question in the appendix, transaction ID code is a WB. So you type transaction ID there, then the WB in C. Then you define name the WB. The WB, that's the one you define name. And then the WB, when you define name, how do you define name? You right click, then you come on define name just at the end here, just before hyperlink, there's define name. So you go and define name, then the WB will show in your name box, then you do okay. Then we have got also taxation. Tax is not given in the question, but tax, we get the prevailing tax rate for VAT. The prevailing tax rate for VAT is 16%. So now we go to the first table that is on there, or in your question paper. The first table is the table for the booth and the location. So you type that table. After you type the table, then you name these locations. Lusaka, you click it, you go and define name. Livala, Kavata, you just do the same, you define name. Up to Matero East, you define names. After you've done that, then you go to the second table where the service monthly limit and revenue per kwacha. You type that table, but in this now you're going to define what? You're going to define the revenue per kwacha. You define the revenue per kwacha, each item there, you define them as what? Now you're going to put the name. You type Airtel, MTN for each revenue per quarter. So you define name, these names that are here. Okay. You just define them as this first one is Airtel, second one is MTN, the next one is Amtel, next one is Anaco, and the last one is FNB. So you define names, these things. Okay, after I've done that, you can go to the next table. We need to analyze that narration that is down there. We put it in a table like this. Okay, this one will help us to answer the question on the indirect function. Okay, so we're going to have winner 1, winner 2, winner 3, winner 4, and winner 5, and winner 6. So when you have those, then you put there what is under winner 1, how many, there's Airtel money up to there. Make sure you type the names the way they appear on top there. It's supposed to be the same, no space in between winner and the number. Type them like that. Winner 1, winner 3, winner 4, up to winner 6. Okay, then you type these items that are found here. You just type. If you can just copy them the way they are here. You copy, you bring, you copy, you bring, you copy, you bring. But mindful, winner 2 doesn't have Zanaco. Winner 3 has got everything. Winner 4 has got only Airtel money and Zamtel money and MTN. Winner 5 has got no Zamtel. Well, winner 6 has got only 3. So make sure you get them the way they are in the narration. After you've done that, now you define name these ones here. You're going to define name these items that are found here. So these ones you're going to define name and write the name. On the name box, the name will be winner 1. So you do the same, you highlight these items here. On the name box, there will be winner 2. So you define name, you do the same here. You highlight these items like that. You go and define name, you define them as a winner 3. You come here, you define name these items here. You define name these items here, and you define them as what? Winner 4. You come here, you highlight, you go and define name. You define these ones as winner 5. Same applies with the last one. You highlight them and these items, and there's no need for you to highlight the empty spaces. So after when you reach here, you can highlight and also name these items as winner 6. After I've done that, okay, after I've done that, now go to the next next item. Next item is we want to generate the winners. We want to generate the winners randomly so that we don't have to start typing them one by one when you go. You know, transactions are 308. So it means we're going to waste time if we type them one by one there. Now, so we're going to have like a box here, which are going to help us to come up with random between and VLOOKUP. Are we together? So this box here will have the name booth. Eh? This box will have the name booth. So we're going to put 1, 2, 3. You number them like that. And then this one here, you also put the booth names: winner 1, winner 2, winner 3, winner 4, and winner 5. Okay. 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 So that's that. Yeah, sorry. Okay. So this one we'll name it as booth 1. And then we also have copy this some booth here. We also need to generate some list. Okay, just like that. Just like that, booth 1. After you have done that, so you have got your booth 1 here. I'll put booth 1 because I want to differentiate it to the other names. Okay. So now you have the column for numbers here, 1, 2 up to 6. Then here I've got winner 1 up to winner 6. Okay. So now we want to generate these winners randomly because they appear on different transactions. So we're going to come here on the other column and see here, you're going to type equals random between. Rand between. You can type equals rand B. The moment you just type rand B, rand between will come. Then you tab. So in your tab, you're going to put 1, 6, then close bracket. Then after I've done that, you go on the other column, the next column, just the next column after where you have typed. You're going to type equals VLOOKUP or just equals VL. then your tab, then you go and click in what? So let's do it together. Go and type, okay. So you're going to type equals VLOOKUP equals VL like this, then tab. After you tab, you have opened the bracket, you click in the where you type the first formula in C, then comma, then you're going to type both one. So both one, because we defined that table as both one. Okay, then comma, our table array is both one. Then what is our column index? Our column index is 2. Then comma, we put a 0 to, we want to get the true approximate match. So you close bracket and end. Okay. So know that if you don't define this table, you need to define it. If you don't define it, those items won't come. It will give you a num or a hashtag a hashtag name question mark, meaning you haven't defined the table. The moment you have done that, then you just highlight these things, highlight them, and then autofill up to transaction 308. Okay, and after I've done that, you can now highlight them and copy. Highlight and copy these items. You highlight like that, then you copy them. You copy like that. You see? After you've copied, you come in your second sheet, then you are going to paste them here. You're going to paste them here. So the way you paste is you right click, then you go on option, paste options like that. Then there's a number there. So that's what you do. And then the formula won't be there. Okay. So that is how you paste. So don't forget, when I come back, when I say you paste. So let's go back. Let's follow the procedure. So after you have done that, we are done with our dashboard. This is our input. We are done. Okay, we have done what we need to do in our input. We have defined, we have put everything that we want to put. Okay. Now what we need now, we need to start answering the question. Okay. So the first thing is you come up with these headers on top. These headers, they're in your appendix 1, ladies and gentlemen. They're in your appendix 1. In your appendix 1, that's where you find those headers. So you're going to have your transaction ID. So you type those headers on top: transaction ID, mobile, booth, location, service, revenue, pay, kwacha, stuff like that, up to where transaction amount after tax. That one you can include it. It's not included, but the question wants us to calculate transaction amount after tax and also the tax obligation. Okay. So after you have done that, now you start with your transaction ID. That's the first question or the first instruction. So your transaction ID, we have been told to use what? text and row function. Text and row function is a combination of text and row. So the text in this case is what? WB. Okay. So so what you do is you type equals, equal sign. You type the equal sign, then you type WB, then you tab WB. You remember WB, we defined it. WB, then you shift, then you click on 7 to have the and. Then you type text, the word text, then tab, then the word row, then tab, then close bracket, then minus 3, then comma, open inverted commas, then you put the 6 zeros there. In fact, you put 7 zeros so that you can have 6 zeros inside. Okay, so you put 7, then close inverted comma, then close bracket, then enter. Okay, so the second column here, I told you, you copy and paste those items from there. We're going to copy and paste. After I've copied and pasted, they're still highlighted. Then you go on data. Then you go on data validation. Data validation, you validate your data. So after you validate your data, so you go on the list, allow list. Then you come here, you select the list. Then you come here, you come and click in source. Then you go back and highlight these items that you have copied in here. These items, you highlight them. Then you do OK. Okay. Then this one here, we're using the if statement. Okay. We're using if statement. If statement, we're going to type equals if, open bracket, then you click in the mobile booth, the first mobile booth here, equals in mobile booth, this one. Okay, then if that mobile booth is equals to winner 1, so you put inverted comma, winner 1, then comma, it's supposed to give you Lusaka CPD. Lusaka CPD. So Lusaka CPD is the location where winner 1 is supposed to be found. Then comma. Then again you start if, again you tab, again you click in the same cell where you've been clicking. You will always be clicking in the first cell where there's winner, the first booth there. Then equals, you type open inverted comma, winner 2. If it's equals to winner 2, then it should give us Livala, comma, if, open bracket, if the same column again, C4, you click in C4, equals winner 3, you put it inverted commas, winner 3, you put inverted comma, then comma. So you follow this formula here on top. I hope you can see the formula. Let me make it so that you shows. So you just follow that formula there, you type that formula there in your location, the way you see it. Okay. Then after you are done, you put the brackets. The number of if is supposed to be the number of the bracket you are going to type. Okay. So when you have done typing that formula, you just enter. Okay. And then if you can drag this, one up to transaction 308, and then you drag also this one location up transaction 308. Then the service. The service is just the list. So this list is supposed to come here using indirect function. Remember that we defined these items here. Remember we defined the items in table 3. These items that we defined here. So these items will help us to work out the indirect function. Okay, so now you go to your data validation. Then you go on data validation criteria, you go on this arrow, you select a list. Then you go on source, you're going to type equals indirect, then close open bracket, you type C4, then close bracket, then close bracket, then you say you go on OK. Then now you can drag this formula up to transaction 308. Then I start selecting where there's, so the moment if you have got your winner phone top here, winner phone has Airtel money, MTN money, and Zamtel money. So you select the one you want to select here. Okay. So you'll be selecting randomly up transaction 308. There's no shortcut with indirect function. Yeah. Okay. So you start selecting from the list, depends on the mobile booth that you have. Then the revenue per quarter, you're also going to use the if statement. So the if statement is the same with the one we used there. So I'm going to say if E4, so equals if open bracket E4 equals to Airtel money, you put inverted comma, then it's supposed to give you what? Airtel, the one we're defining there, will give you Airtel. Okay, and comma. If again E4, in E4 there's MTN, then MTN money, it's supposed to give you the MTN revenue per quarter. You do the same, so just type the formula the way I've typed there. Everything's just the same. Then last you put comma 0 and put the brackets, then enter. Okay, then we go to transaction amounts. Okay, continue the challenge with network there. Okay, we continue. So I said the if statement there where we concluded. Then we come to transaction amount. Transaction amount, you can just type them the way they appear in the question, or you can use random between and just look at the minimum amount there in the transaction amount and the maximum amount. Then you just put equals random between, then the minimum amount, comma, the maximum amount in close bracket. Okay. Okay. Then on the icons, the icon sets, you go on home. You go on home, put the icon sets. Okay, you go on icon sets. Then you go on more rules. More rules, you go and choose the icon sets that you want. So on the icon sets, I think we are done there. In the transaction amount, the transaction amount after tax is just 1 plus tax times G4. We can type the formula equals, then you click in the transaction amount, then times open bracket 1 plus tax. Remember the tax that we did. Then you autofill. Then then tax obligation is the difference. So equals tax amount minus the transaction amount after tax minus transaction amount. You get a tax obligation. So a tax obligation is just a difference between, this is the tax payable on each transaction. So when I've got a transaction of 1,659, you pay tax of 233. Or if you have a transaction 144.68, you pay a 2,883 kwacha on that transaction as tax. Okay. So now, after you have done this, just autofill everything. Then for the bar, for the tax obligation bars, the bars we're supposed to indicate how indebted this company is these bars. These bars will show how each transaction affects their tax obligation. Okay, so we're going to, after you have these figures, just highlight them, then you go on conditional formatting here on home, then you go on data bars. Data bars, you come and choose the data bars of your choice. If you wanted a yellow color, blue color, what color, you just come and choose the color of your choice. Me, I'm addicted to blue, so I usually use blue. Because I was told when I was growing up that men like blue, so from that time I never liked any other color. So they say accountants are blue people. Okay, so I'm using blue. Those who want to use red, green, you can choose green. Okay, so this is how we came up with it like that. Okay, then we come back to the dashboard. Dashboard now we want to answer the output part. On the output, we have been asked to come up with what? The cumulative totals of what transaction after tax amounts and the monthly limits and the amount remaining. The amount remaining is the amount, the space that the user have. So if you are running a booth, you're supposed to have space. If you don't have space, you can't transact. Meaning you have money in your account, so you can transfer money. So when you generate money, you need to deposit that money in your account so that you do what? You continue transacting. Otherwise, you can have cash in your hands, but if you don't have space in your account, you can't transfer. So this is what we are trying to achieve here in the first space. So we come up with this table here. Service, we have got Airtel money there, MTN money, we have got Zamtel money, we have got Zanaco, we have got FNB. You can type them, you can copy them from the data which we already have. Then we come to cumulative totals. Cumulative totals, we have been told to use what? SUMIF. So you type equals SUMIF, then you go and highlight in the table, the second table, this one, you highlight the services. So from the first service, from beginning here, you highlight everything. Okay, so you highlight from here, highlight from here, highlight from the service, you highlight from here like that up to transaction 308. After I've highlighted, you put a comma. Then on the dashboard, your criteria is on the dashboard, the first item in the service, which is your money. So you click on your So let me repeat that again. So you click equals sum if, then tab. Then you highlight the services on your table. Highlight all your services on the table, all the services companies. Then you put a comma, you come on the dashboard, you come and click in Airtel here, then put a comma, then the sum range is the transaction amount after tax, which is this part here, transaction amount after tax. You highlight up the last transaction, 308. Then you put a closing bracket, then enter. Then you drag these figures up the last company FNB. You have these amounts here as your limit, as your cumulative totals. Okay. Then your monthly limit, we're going to use VLOOKUP here to bring these figures here. So there are two methods to use. The first method, you can just type them, or you can use the formula to go and just tap them. Hello. Good morning, sir. I'm okay, and I. Okay.